Ladies and gentlemen, the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences commencement ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the commencement ceremony is about to begin. To maintain the dignity of the ceremony, we ask that you please turn off all cell phones and remain in your seats until its conclusion.
Thank you. Please be seated. Hey, good morning. Hey, welcome to the commencement ceremony of the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences, College of Osteopathic Medicine, and College of Biosciences. I'm truly blessed to be president of this great institution. You know, my Little League coach said I'll never be on a Jumbotron, but he was wrong. You know, it's good to see all the family, friends, faculty, and mentors of our 300 graduates. Thank you all for being here to share this celebration. As is our tradition at KCU, please join me in observing a moment of silence to honor our troops who are serving in harm's way to defend our freedoms here at home. Now, please stand for the singing of the national anthem by Ashley Olson, a second-year student of the College of Osteopathic Medicine. Then remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by Dr. Gregory Smith.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us pray. Lord God, I just thank you for this day, for these 300 students before you who you have prepared and are getting ready to send out into the world. Father, you remind us that before we were born, before the foundations of the world were laid, you knew each and every one of us. You formed us in the womb. You created us magnificently. You tell us that you know every hair that we have. Father, you knew today would happen and that these students would become physicians. And Father, I just praise you for that and thank you for what they're going to do and also the abilities that they have and in their future training what they're going to be able to accomplish for the world, knowing that their training came from Kansas City University. Father, I'm reminded this week when one of my patients clasped my hands and prayed over me for giving me healing powers. I'm reminded of one of my patients touching my knees and asking for your power to heal. Father, I ask the same thing today of these students. I pray that when they feel down, when they're despondent, that you'll clasp your loving arms around them. You'll let them know how much you care for them, how much you love them. When they're tired, give them rest. Father, give them mercy as you have mercy. And above all, let them love the greatest creation that you've made, man, and let them give their best to each and every patient. I know that they've trained hard and that they are now ready to go forth through the world and minister and serve mankind. Father, I ask all these things in your precious and holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Please be seated. Once again, welcome. Welcome to our trustees, our distinguished faculty, graduates, family, and friends to the 2015 commencement ceremony for the College of Osteopathic Medicine and College of Biosciences. I'm proud to say that today's ceremony marks the largest graduating class in our 99-year history. 300. Round of applause. You know, much has changed for Kansas City University in the years since today's graduates first arrived on campus, and we can all be proud of the many, many recent accomplishments. While the reason for our work has always been based upon the desire to improve the well-being of the communities we serve, we now stand firmly on that mission as a guiding force for all we do as a university. With a sharpened focus on our mission and a sharpened focus on our vision, we prepare to enter our second 100 years in 2016. It also became quite apparent we needed to refresh our look, our feel, and more appropriately, how we communicate who we are. Also, our new brand tells a story. It tells a story of where we've been, where we're going. The new look and feel, our logo, our crest, our seal, increasingly visible on the program today and across our campus and across town. It honors our heritage, our commitment to the osteopathic profession, and the gravitas of KCU as a world-class medical university. The university is investing. It's investing more than $75 million in our campus and our programs over the next 4 years, all to bring our academic services, our clinical services, and research missions to a new level. We're now collaborating around town and around the country with universities, healthcare systems, and research institutions at an unprecedented level. And once again, The purpose is to advance the core mission of our great university. Just last month, we announced plans to open an additional osteopathic medical school campus in Joplin, Missouri. KCU is the second leading producer of physicians for the state of Missouri. However, physician shortages are significant throughout rural Missouri and the entire Midwest. This expansion of your university will create perhaps the largest medical school in the country. I provided just a glimpse into the tremendous progress that KCU has made and will continue to make as we impact our community, our state, our region, and our country. When you graduate today, you will become one of more than 7,500 physicians and scientists from the university who practice throughout this country. You'll become part of an alumni base that has nearly a $12 billion, with a B, economic impact on this country. And KCU grads are responsible for more than 82,000 jobs in this country. Take pride in the fact that you will now become an alumnus of the largest medical school in Missouri or Kansas and the 10th largest medical school in the country, and a growing force in medical and scientific education. And now, I'd like to invite to the podium Dr. John P. Smith, Jr., a 1975 graduate of the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences College of Osteopathic Medicine. He's a general surgeon and serves as vice chair of our Board of Trustees. He'll offer greetings and congratulations on behalf of our Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Hahn. Welcome. I'm so pleased to be part of this festive occasion, and I bring you greetings on behalf of our board chair, Dr. Marshall Walker, who's unable to be here today, and also the entire KCU Board of Trustees. I'd like to introduce the other members of the Board of Trustees who are here to celebrate with you today this morning. Dr. Bruce Williams and Dr. Mary Franz, a member of our Alumni Association Board. Would you please stand and be recognized? Class of 2015, congratulations. On behalf of the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences Board of Trustees, I must say that we are very proud of your accomplishments. You're being commended not only for your hard work and perseverance to achieve this goal that you set for yourself so long ago, but also for answering the call to dedicate your life to serve, to heal, and to enhance the quality of life for those you touch. Each and every degree conferred today represents a noble profession. As you leave this place, go with pride, not only in your own accomplishment, but also in gratitude for the people in the institution that helped mold you into the professional you are and will be. Congratulations, and best wishes for the honorable profession that you have chosen to pursue. Thank you.
Good morning. Isn't this a magic day? My name is Dr. Bruce Dubin, and I'm the provost of the university and dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine. It's my honor to introduce our keynote speaker this morning, my friend and esteemed colleague, Dr. Robert Uhas. Dr. Uhas claims that his career path in healthcare began when he was in high school and worked as a dishwasher at South Point Hospital in Warrensville Heights, Ohio. Bob, what you don't know is I actually called the kitchen there, and they said you were one of the best dishwashers ever. He completed his undergraduate studies in pre-medical education at John Carroll University. He then earned his Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree in 1981 here at KCU, then known as the University of Health Sciences. Following graduation, Dr. Uhas was called to return to his roots in Ohio, where he completed his internship and then an internal medicine residency at South Point Hospital. South Point Hospital is now part of one of our world-renowned hospitals, the Cleveland Clinic, where they apparently recognized a good leader and good dishwasher, I might add, when they saw one, for he now serves as the president of the very same hospital where he washed those dishes so many years ago. Dr. Uhas is considered a pioneer in the adoption of electronic health records and participated on a panel with President George W. Bush in 2005 to explore the benefits of this technology. He was named Top Doc by Cleveland Magazine for several years, including in 2013, and appeared in the Northern Ohio Live Best Doctors in Cleveland listing. Dr. Uhas received the Ohio Osteopathic Association's Trustee Award and was named an honorary alumnus of the Ohio University Heritage College of Osteopathic Medicine in 2008. This is actually a credit to KCU, our university as well, because it's always an honor when another university wants to claim one of our alums as one of their own, but actually you're really still one of ours. Dr. Uhas is a fellow and a diplomat of the American College of Osteopathic Internists and a fellow of the American College of Physicians. He has dedicated his career to providing excellence in patient care, health information technology, and advancing the osteopathic profession. He is currently the president of the American Osteopathic Association and represents our profession nationally and around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Robert S. Uhas, president of the American Osteopathic Association and a graduate of your Kansas City University.
Well, good morning. Well, I want to thank you for asking me to be your commencement speaker today. One of the things that Bruce didn't talk about is my office today at South Point Hospital sits right above that dish room where I started in that hospital. And I must tell you, going back there, that there's not a day that I don't remember that. And one of the first things that I did was meet with the dishwashers there, because that was a very humbling experience, and the opportunities that we're given throughout life is really a lesson to remember what you give back. So, always remember the opportunity to do that. It is truly an honor for my wife Donna and I to share this proud moment with you and your families and your loved ones. The last time I stood on this stage, 34 years ago, it was to begin my career as a DO, as many of you do today. When I was asked to speak to your class of 2015, I was incredibly moved. And I was humbled at being given the chance to honor my alma mater and to bring some inspiration to our profession's newest class of leaders, and to represent my classmates, the graduating class of 1981. You see, my class began our training during a time of considerable change for the university. As we forged ahead with our education in the height of that change, we were called upon to step up as students and as leaders. It was no easy feat to balance the demands of a rigorous curriculum, but we did, because we were passionate about osteopathic medicine and we were committed to delivering on the osteopathic philosophy. And you know what? We learned to adapt. And even after all these years, as we've grown in our careers, when we get together, our fondest memories are training here at KCU, our camaraderie, and our deep, abiding belief in our life's calling. You see, what binds us together, no matter what year of graduation or your alma mater, is what remains true after all these years about why our profession exists, about who we are, and about what we do as DOs. While each of us may use different words to explain our profession, ultimately we sum it up in a few simple, memorable sentences. DOs matter because we take care of people, not problems. We partner with our patients to help them get and stay well. And when they're ill, we deploy all of that medicine and surgery has to offer to help those patients heal. DOs see patients as complete human beings, and we deliver patient-centered care, meaning that we offer our compassion and our understanding and use our hands to augment that healing. Our profession has grown from 5 schools, primarily in the Midwest, with KCU as one of those original colleges, to 31 colleges in 41 locations across the United States. The demand for our training has also brought us to places around the globe with full practice rights in 66 countries. To further this growth, it is more critical than ever that we take a leadership role to help our patients and the public understand who we are, how we teach, what we do, and what difference we make for the people that we're privileged to take care of. It's time for us to talk outside of the room. Whether you're talking with current patients, working with fellow healthcare providers, volunteering in your community, as proud DOs, I hope you will take a few moments to tell a story about what the letters behind your name stand for and why our training matters. KCU, as the 10th largest medical school in the United States, has fostered an environment that emphasizes both academic excellence and the training of caring physicians who place their patients' needs above all else. So it's no surprise that more of our school has produced more AOA presence than any other College of Osteopathic Medicine in the country. We've had leaders like AOA Presidents Marcelina Oliva, or Eugene Oliveri, or Don Kirpin, DO, John Strohsnyder, DO, Ray Stowers, DO, and my classmate, Karen Nichols, DO, and our current chair of the AOA's Department of Business Affairs, William Mayo, DO, who is also one of my classmates. And that's amongst many others. That said, as KCU graduates, you will naturally be viewed by your colleagues as leaders in osteopathic medicine. And as you step into this new phase of your career, this mantle of leadership, the expectations of others and your own, can be scary sometimes, because along with the opportunity to guide and influence decisions, there's a tremendous responsibility. Responsibility not only for the decisions that will impact you today, but also for the decisions that you make that will impact tomorrow. Reflecting upon my time as president of your American Osteopathic Association, I have welcomed both the opportunity and the responsibility to make these types of decisions throughout my career, because as leaders, we must also temper our ideals with realism, practicality, and accountability. You're entering the profession at a very exciting time. The demand for our training has never been greater. Market forces in this country are aligning in ways that drive the value of osteopathic medicine, and this places the profession right in the sweet spot to lead. The U.S. continues to face a significant shortage of primary care physicians at a time when the demand for primary care is exploding. For an example, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs has experienced a 50% increase in primary care visits in just the past 3 years, and they don't have enough primary care physicians to meet that demand. We believe that osteopathic postdoctoral training programs are uniquely suited to produce the right kind of physicians that help meet our nation's critical healthcare needs. Approximately 60% of DOs practice in primary care fields, and the other 40% train in community-based specialty programs, the kind of care that helps to improve quality and reduce costs. So it's not surprising when the VA turned to our profession to help solve this problem. Today, 1 in 4 students entering a medical school in the United States is now training to be an osteopathic physician. So as you proceed on this journey, always remember to ask, who am I bringing with me? You see, our time for succession planning has never been greater. Just some interesting statistics. Osteopathic medicine is one of the fastest growing healthcare professions in the United States. There's currently 110,000 DOs and osteopathic medical students in this country, and we're growing at nearly 25% every 5 years. The colleges of osteopathic medicine are experiencing growth in enrollment in minority students, with nearly 15% projected student growth rate from 2014 to 2019. And we're trending younger each year. 63% of the profession now, between DOs and osteopathic medical students, is now under the age of 45, what I like to describe as the upside-down pyramid. I'm at the bottom of that pyramid. You all are right at the top. This is all to say, please make time to mentor those who come behind you, to continue to teach them the philosophy, the practice, and the science that has made this profession one that all of you are proud to be part of. They'll look to you to be their guide. Consumer attitudes are changing in our favor, too. There's a confluence of what osteopathic medicine offers and what patients are seeking today. Patients appreciate our high-touch, high-empathy brand of care, and they value the opportunity for a strong physician-patient relationship that has been shown to help them live healthier lives. When you look at where medicine is moving, it's clear that our training model is distinctive. Our training aligns with patient and public demands that all physicians are trained to deliver high-quality, cost-effective care. We know that by having trained you to take care of the whole person, seeking to enhance the body's ability to heal itself, given the proper nutrition and exercise, using the tools of osteopathic diagnosis and treatment that you have learned, that you have been given the gifts that will help you to be a more empathetic and effective physician. And that's just the kind of professional that most people want as their physician. And this is why I'm so deeply appreciative of the great education I received here at KCU. Because to quote Mark Hahn, KCU's new president, we are a private university with a very important public mission. Looking ahead, I'm excited to see your progress and witness your success as you move forward. I'm confident that you will make unique contributions to raise the visibility of our profession and to improve the care in your practices, in the institutions that you may work in, and in the communities which you may live. Leadership is an opportunity that may seem to a burden to some, when in fact, we should see the opportunity as a privilege. Every leadership opportunity is a moment of truth, and this is our moment and this is your time. Today, we celebrate your commitment and hard work to reach this milestone in your osteopathic medical careers. Congratulations, my colleagues, my fellow DOs, or at least in a few minutes. To you, to your families, and to all of those who celebrate with you, embrace your journey with confidence, competence, and passion. Thank you in advance for all that you will do to care for those patients whom you will be privileged to serve throughout your career. And I'd ask God to bless you today and every day hereafter with strength, patience, perseverance, resilience, wisdom, and most of all, joy. Again, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Uhas, for your words of inspiration and insight for our graduates. You know, the conferring of an honorary degree is a university's highest tribute. It isn't every year that our Board of Trustees identifies an individual such as the man we honor today, a man who has distinguished himself in the course of his profession, as well as in the course of his personal life. A man whose moral compass has continued to remain precisely directed towards advancing our profession and advancing the university's mission, the mission of improving the well-being of the communities we serve. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to bestow the Doctor of Humane Letters upon a man of vision, a man of leadership, and of passion, Dr. Robert S. Uhas. Be it known, Robert S. Uhas, D.O., having been so recommended by the Board of Trustees, is hereby awarded the degree of Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters for contributions, personal and professional, to the betterment of all humanity, conferred with all rights and privileges appertaining thereto. By the authority vested in me by the Kansas City University Board of Trustees and by the state of Missouri, I do hereby confer on Robert S. Uhas, D.O., the degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
President Hahn, Dean Dubin, distinguished guests in the class of 2015, I am extremely humbled and honored to receive this degree. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here to celebrate with you today. Enjoy.
The family of Timothy Allen King in the College of Osteopathic Medicine's class of 2015 suffered a tremendous loss on March 6, 2014. That's when Tim was suddenly taken from us in a tragic car accident. Tim was an excellent medical student, highly respected by his fellow students, highly respected by his faculty and preceptors, loved by all. Had an infectious smile, a positive attitude, a genuine interest in others, and he had all the qualities necessary to make a superb physician. I think the words of one of Tim's loved ones describes him best when he said, "Tim's actions throughout his 26 years on earth left an indelible impact." At this time, I invite the parents of Timothy King to join me on the stage. Today we honor the memory of Tim and confer the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine upon him. Through no fault of his own, Tim King cannot realize the joyous moment of graduation, and he can't experience the rewards of his doctor's degree. But in this special moment, we're proud to bestow this much-deserved Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree on Tim to forever place him in the chronicles of KCU history. And we sincerely hope it lends to the healing process for Tim's family and for all of us who loved him. To Tim's family, thank you for allowing us the moment to honor him.
Good morning. I am Dr. Robert White, Dean of the College of Biosciences. It is my honor today to begin the ceremony's presentation of candidates for their degrees. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Bioethics and candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences please stand? The members of our faculty have evaluated these candidates and endorsed these students as worthy of earning their degree. President Hahn, members of the Board of Trustees, honored guests, on behalf of the faculty, it is with great pride that I present to you the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences graduates of the degrees of Master of Arts in Bioethics and Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences.
Thank you, Dr. White. By the virtue vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences, and by the state of Missouri, I do hereby confer upon you the Master of Arts in bioethics and the Master of Science in biomedical sciences, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining to your degree. You're hereby recognized as graduates of KCU. Congratulations. Please be seated. The graduates will receive their diplomas from the Dean, Dr. White, and their hoods from Dr. Larry Seegers, Associate Dean for the College of Biosciences, and Dr. Frank Fitzpatrick, Professor of Pharmacology and Microbiology. Ambassadors, please bring the candidates forward.
Samiksha Udakari. Aja Bayo. Bronwyn Prescott Boyd. Haley Faye Breitenbach. Nicole Panahan Kubalo. Corbin Eugene Caldwell. Stephen Marcus Carl. Asim Karim Chowdhury. Crystal Clayton. Drew Michael Cox. Coulter Peyton Cranston. Laura Michelle Dandridge. Tyler Davis. Jeffrey Stephen DiGiacinto. Bailey Rose Doan. Samita Duda. Mark David Fugala. Daniel Aaron Flappin. Alexis M. Foster Horton. Alexander Lyle Funkhauser. Garrett Michael Gilbert. Nupur Goyal. Catherine Elise Gray. Jared Marshall Gross. Alex Wahid Hamidi. Jordan Ashley Harkless. Nicholas Benjamin Harris. J. Robert Heckert. Brian David Hokenes. Saad Sultan Alahi. Sandy Jong. Whitney Elizabeth Kelly. Grant Douglas Langhofer. Mark Richard Larson Halleck. Brian Michael Lesage. Brandon Allen Marth. Alicia Denise McCullough. Megan Monette. Stephanie Lee Meyer. Sahir Naizi. Chia Magnus Nora. Kelly Richard Maurice Perry. Joshua Peensauce. Andrew Darrell Pruitt. Adam David Purviance. David Saliba Ryan. Zachary Renault. Jesse Michael Rincon. Sam Sugir. Kana Darshan Shah. Savannah Lee Simon. Joshua Lee Smith. Nathan David Smith. Aaron Saul. Shelby Lauren Tinney Edge. Samuel Joseph Toktruff. Samir Raj Buhari. Matthew Christopher Volker. Chelsea Lynn Wallace. Mindy Colleen Ward. Andrew M. Webby. Stephanie Marie Webby. Christina Lynn Wolfrich Hoffman. Sarah Amy Zoretic. Christine Marie Campfield. Maggie Lynn Winkleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to present to you the class of 2015 for the Master of Arts in Bioethics and the Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences. Will the graduates please stand and be recognized?
Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences strives to equip future physicians with the skills and knowledge to navigate the complexities and uncertainties that lie ahead. This morning, we celebrate 18 graduates who completed 2 rigorous programs of study that culminate today in the awarding of dual degrees. Quite an accomplishment. While completing the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, 5 candidates have accomplished the Master of Arts in Bioethics through the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences College of Biosciences, and 13 candidates have accomplished the Master of Business Administration in Healthcare Leadership through our partnership with Rockhurst University. Will the candidates for the degrees Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and Master of Arts in Bioethics please stand? The members of our faculty have evaluated these candidates and endorsed all students as worthy of earning the dual degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and Master of Arts in Bioethics. President Hahn, members of the Board of Trustees, honored guests, on behalf of the faculty, it's with great pride that I present to you the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences graduates of the dual degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and Master of Arts in Bioethics.
Thank you, Dr. Dubin. By the virtue vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences, and by the state of Missouri, I do hereby confer upon each of you the dual degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and Master of Arts in Bioethics, with all the rights, the privileges, and the responsibilities appertaining to both of those degrees. You're hereby recognized as graduates of the Kansas City University. Congratulations. The graduates will receive their Master of Arts in Bioethics diploma from Dr. Taris Roselle, the chair of the Department of Bioethics, and their Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine diplomas from the Dean of the College, Dr. Bruce Dubin. Ambassadors, please bring the candidates forward.
Dr. Jonathan Andrew Burton, hooded by Dr. Elizabeth Kozad. Dr. Jessica Paige Jacobson, hooded by Dr. William Cox. Dr. Allison Susan Crackey. Dr. Ashley Marie Marcuzio, hooded by Dr. Brian Barash. Dr. Brenna Elise Peplinski, hooded by Dr. William Peplinski.
This is fun. Will the candidates for the degrees Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and Master of Business Administration in Healthcare Leadership please stand? The members of our faculty and the faculty of Rockhurst University have evaluated these candidates and endorsed all students as worthy of earning the degrees Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and Master of Business Administration in Healthcare Leadership. President Hahn, members of the Board of Trustees, honored guests, on behalf of the faculty, it's with great pride that I present to you the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences graduates of the dual degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and Rockhurst University Master of Business Administration in Healthcare Leadership.
Dr. Dubin, once again, thank you. By the virtue vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences, and by the Board of Trustees of Rockhurst University, and by the state of Missouri, I do hereby confirm upon each of you the dual degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and Master of Business Administration in Health Care Leadership, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining to both of those degrees. You're hereby recognized as graduates of both the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences and Rockhurst University. Congratulations. Please be seated. The graduates will receive their Master of Business Administration diplomas from the Dean of the Hellsberg School of Management, Dr. Cheryl McConnell, and their Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine diplomas from Dean Bruce Dubin. Ambassadors, bring the candidates forward, please.
Dr. Joseph Louis Albano, hooded by Dr. Gerald Gonzone. Dr. Rachel Nicole Brashears. Dr. Bryn Carol Dukowski. Dr. Clayton Thomas Maurer. Dr. Aaron Christopher Neeson. Dr. Sarah Rose Pearl. Dr. Gabrielle Michael Lee Randall, hooded by Dr. Bridget McCandless. Dr. Amy Jo Sorensen. Dr. Corey L. Vecchio. Dr. T. Nak An Vo. Dr. Brianna Nicole Wheeler. Dr. Alyssa Justine Wood. Dr. Robert Edmund Wood.
Let's have some more fun. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine please stand? The members of our faculty have evaluated these candidates and endorsed all students as worthy of earning the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. President Hahn, members of the Board of Trustees, honored guests, on behalf of the faculty, it's with great pride that I present to you the Kansas City University of Medicine and Bioscience graduates of the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine.
Dr. Dubin, thank you. By the virtue vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences, and by the state of Missouri, I do hereby confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining to that degree. You're hereby recognized as graduates of KCU. Congratulations, doctors. Each of the graduates will receive their Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine diplomas from their dean, Dr. Bruce Dubin. Ambassadors, please bring the candidates forward.
Dr. Tyler James Abbey, hooded by Dr. David Abbey. Dr. Tyler Cole Adams. Dr. Dustin Honorary Afshar. Dr. Stephen Charles Albrecht. Dr. Erin Elizabeth Alexander, hooded by Dr. Thomas Mason. Dr. William Jennings Amador. Dr. Andrew Scott Anderson. Dr. Anwali Alexandra Anya. Dr. Michelle Marie Arneson. Dr. Lindsay Elizabeth Arnett, hooded by Dr. Gary Sandhu. Dr. Mahalaitwart Yashitala Asafa. Dr. Dawn Michelle Barker. Dr. Daniel Augusto Barrera, hooded by Dr. Abdulabaki Agbas. Dr. James Eugene Bartley, hooded by Dr. Chris Looney. Dr. Teresa Marie Baumstark. Dr. Craig Matthew Becker. Dr. Brian Scott Bergstrom. Dr. Jacob Edwin Bernstein. Dr. Andrew Carl Berry, hooded by Dr. Bruce Berry. Dr. Jamin Vickers Blood, hooded by Dr. Todd Hill. Dr. Nathan Lynn Bear. Dr. Christopher Antonio Brackshaw. Dr. Mark Andrew Braswell, hooded by Dr. Ronald Braswell. Dr. Ryan Christopher Bray, hooded by Dr. Tyler Bray. Dr. Holly Nicole Van Sant Briggs. Dr. Ross Michael Brockman, hooded by Dr. Tracy Taylor. Dr. Travis Michael Brown. Dr. Brian Wanduk Boy, hooded by Dr. Mui Van Boy. Dr. Josie Cordoso. Dr. Jordan Everett Carlock. Dr. Alyssa Carlson. Dr. Kyle Richard Carlson, hooded by Dr. Timothy McFadden. Dr. Heather Ann Carroll. Dr. Christopher Lee Chappell. Dr. Han Chang Chen. Dr. Andrew Curtis Clark. Dr. Cassandra Catherine Ann Claxton. Dr. Robert Wyatt Colvin. Dr. Jeffrey Blair Comp, hooded by Dr. Robert Comp. Dr. Cody Allen Kennard. Dr. Brian Daniel Cohn. Dr. Erin Kathleen Connolly. Dr. Connor Michael Cooper, hooded by Dr. J. Charles Monette. Dr. Andrew Michael Cox, hooded by Dr. Robert White. Dr. Wesley Klein Cunningham. Dr. Jennifer Deidre DeBrow. Dr. Marta Elizabeth Dolly, hooded by Dr. Sherry Howell. Dr. Dax Hamilton Damari, hooded by Dr. Alexander Schneira. Dr. Joseph John Doherty, hooded by Dr. Rance McLean. Dr. Benjamin Zachary Egger. Dr. Irfan Mohammed Alahi, hooded by Dr. Najma Alahi. Dr. Diane Elizabeth Elledge. Dr. Jennifer Karen Enos, hooded by Dr. Walter Cotter. Dr. Ki Saw Dr. Ryan Thomas Fairley. Dr. Robert Allen Farrow II. Dr. Emily Ann Fouth. Dr. Kristen Nicole Fee. Dr. Alyssa Ann Fink, hooded by Dr. John Eli. Dr. Mary Beth Fisher, hooded by Dr. Walter Ritchie. Dr. Aaron Ramsden Fry. Dr. Olga Rubinovna Garcia, hooded by Dr. Spencer Kirk. Dr. Philip Glenn Garrett, hooded by Dr. Philip Garrett. Dr. Carmen Marie Gent. Dr. Daniel Robert Germanoth. Dr. Michelle Therese Geyer. Dr. Ryan Kelly Good. Dr. Mitchell Douglas Gorman, hooded by Dr. Richard Gorman. Dr. Charles Daniel Graham, hooded by Dr. Tracy Taylor. Dr. Matthew David Green. Dr. Gregory Roger Grenier, hooded by Dr. Rance McLean. Dr. Dmitry Gromov. Dr. Victoria Brooke Gushleff, hooded by Dr. Scott Rogers. Dr. Yamama Hafiz. Dr. Melissa N. Hager. Dr. Matthew Allen Hagee. Dr. Elena Marie Hahn. Dr. Daniel Russell Hans. Dr. Cody Don Hansen, hooded by Dr. Logan Hansen. Dr. Jeffrey Scott Harbold. Dr. Werner Heinrich Henning, hooded by Dr. William Cox. Dr. Rachel Elizabeth Herdis, hooded by Dr. John Taylor. Dr. Benjamin Paul Hermanson. Dr. Alicia Joe Hill, hooded by Dr. John Taylor. Dr. Marcus Brian Holmes, hooded by Dr. Chad Holmes. Dr. Mallory Sue Howe, hooded by Dr. Rance McLean. Dr. Joshua William Hubbard. Dr. Varun M. Iyer. Dr. Alana Brielle Jansen. Dr. Lynn Ann Jeffrey, hooded by Dr. Dan Jeffrey. Dr. Mark Christopher Jurenko, hooded by Dr. Chelsea Sheeler. Dr. Alex James Jilka. Dr. Kendall D. Johnson. Dr. Peyton Russell Johnson. Dr. Emily Danielle Justin. Dr. Shant Kapoor. Dr. Travis Harold Kaufman, hooded by Dr. Anthony Olinger. Dr. Nicholas Anthony Kaup. Dr. Amandeep Kaur. Dr. Katie Jo Kist, hooded by Dr. Rance McLean. Dr. Jessica Lee Naib. Dr. Christopher Lynn Kahneman, hooded by Dr. Lynn Kahneman. Dr. Kara Jennifer Kopacheski. Dr. Robert Aloysius Krakemeyer. Dr. Caitlin Jean Kulisis Brown. Dr. Douglas James Lader, hooded by Dr. Richard Lader. Dr. Georgia Marie Leek, hooded by Dr. James Johnson. Dr. Mark Theodore Lee, hooded by Dr. Philip Lee. Dr. McKenna Marie Lee, hooded by Dr. Kenneth Lee. Dr. Joshua David Lilly. Dr. David Michael Leffler. Dr. Shen Lu, hooded by Dr. Chien Lu. Dr. Christina Anna Marburger. Dr. Peter A. Marigill, hooded by Dr. Sammy Marigill. Dr. Caroline Lucille Martin. Dr. Ryan Alexander McPherson. Dr. Marcello D. Migliori, hooded by Dr. Marina Migliori. Dr. Kyle Lamar Miller, hooded by Dr. Robert White. Dr. Caleb Jordan Mitchell. Dr. Mary Allison Mitchell. Dr. Aaron Matthew Mofson, hooded by Dr. Ricky Mofson. Dr. Nicholas Kelly Molby, hooded by Dr. Alexander Schneira. Dr. Joseph Walter Molesky. Dr. Patrick John Mollett. Dr. John Tyler Mosteller. Dr. Brian Michael Motwani. Dr. Sean Jeffrey Mulder. Dr. Scott Rumley Mueller, hooded by Dr. Deborah McDaniel. Dr. Michael Allen Murillo. Dr. Patrick Vincent Nakashima Moron, hooded by Dr. Miki Shintaku. Dr. Rachel Marjorie Nosland. Dr. Lindsay Nicole Nazaruk, hooded by Dr. Bruce Williams. Dr. Brian William Newman. Dr. Hung Tui Win. Dr. Son Lum Son Win. Dr. Jesse Ross Nichols. Dr. Patrick Michael O'Leary. Dr. Jeremy Richard Oliver. Dr. Roy Gregory O'Neill, hooded by Dr. David Marty. Dr. Amanda Lenice Osterloo, hooded by Dr. Anthony Olinger. Dr. Brendan Kyle Euler. Dr. Tyler Bradford Paget. Dr. Alexander Clayton Palmer. Dr. Stephanie Burkhart Pankow. Dr. Monica Brumbat Patel, hooded by Dr. Ronak Patel. Dr. Nirav M. Patel. Dr. Sugar Rajiv Pashtuk, hooded by Dr. Rajiv Pantak. Dr. Jeremy Richard Peters. Dr. Joshua Christopher Peterson. Dr. Adam Garrett Plogman, hooded by Dr. Paul Plogman. Dr. Regina Marie Plummer, hooded by Dr. Lawrence Plummer. Dr. Terry Lee Presley. Dr. Tyler Scott Primavera. Dr. Amanda Sue Prosser. Dr. Arnold Kumar Ramadier, hooded by Dr. Edward Freelander. Dr. Nicholas Allen Rathjen. Dr. Avanish Rovila. Dr. Shrikar Nalu Reddy. Dr. David Godley Reed. Dr. Gabrielle Harrington Rich. Dr. Stephen Daniel Richmond. Dr. Jennifer Elizabeth Roberts Merriman, hooded by Dr. Sarah Parrott. Dr. Brandon Michael Rowe, hooded by Dr. Rance McLean. Dr. Nicole Marie Rowe. Dr. Benjamin Tyler Rose. Dr. Kyle H. Saby, hooded by Dr. Jeffrey Saby. Dr. Abby Marie Safransky. Dr. Danielle Boyce Saldana, hooded by Dr. William Feldner. Dr. Drew Zorro Satterfield. Dr. Candace Marie Schlafman. Dr. Andrew Chase Schleining. Dr. Joel Michael Schmidt, hooded by Dr. Hong Wen. Dr. Kayla Renee Schmidt. Dr. Ryan Jeffrey Schmidt. Dr. Zachary Kevin Schwam, hooded by Dr. Edward Freelander. Dr. Stephen Pierce Scory. Dr. Christopher Matthew Scoville, hooded by Dr. Sherry Scoville Fitch. Dr. Matthew Mark Shapansky. Dr. Jennifer Rose Sharp, hooded by Dr. Philip Sharp. Dr. Corey Eldon Shield. Dr. Samantha K. Shirk. Dr. Linda Jean Margaret Simpson, hooded by Dr. Daniela Boyer. Dr. Evan Richard Slanska, hooded by Dr. Jeremy Hunter. Dr. Keith Douglas Smart. Dr. Benjamin Hall Smith. Dr. Christopher John Soley. Dr. Paul Samuel Spinell. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Stearns, hooded by Dr. Jean Stows. Dr. Raquel Muriel Stuckey, hooded by Dr. Bradley Stuckey. Dr. Leah Marie Sutton, hooded by Dr. John Cordero. Dr. James Joseph Tash. Dr. Michael R. Taylor, hooded by Dr. Gary Taylor. Dr. Heather Phoebe Marie Thiebert, hooded by Dr. Linda Atkinson. Dr. Catherine Claire Thelen, hooded by Dr. Emily Minderman. Dr. Morgan Lee Thayer. Dr. Adam Joseph Thomas. Dr. Matthew Elliott Tick, hooded by Dr. David Brill. Dr. Rachel Michelle Turner. Dr. Sunam Sultana Valkasi, hooded by Dr. John Taylor. Nope. Dr. Lucas Jordan Volkelska. Where do we go? Dr. Nathan Valencia Still. Dr. Brian Keith Vogt. Dr. Katie Shai Wang, hooded by Dr. Yunji Wang. Dr. Rebecca Jane Ward. Dr. Brett W. Warden. Dr. Tana Shea Wigand, hooded by Dr. Clyde Grady. Dr. Lydia Dermise Wilder, hooded by Dr. George Shoup and Dr. Linda Atkinson. Dr. Jill Elizabeth Wilhaber, hooded by Dr. Brian Menges. Dr. Roger Ellis Wilhite. Dr. John Everett Williams. Dr. Heather Marie Wilson. Dr. Daniel Eric Wingard. Dr. Michelle Starr Winston, hooded by Dr. Gautam Desai. Dr. Crystal Renee Worsina. Dr. George Ashley Yakubek, hooded by Dr. Sean Blake. Dr. Daniel Trevor Young, hooded by Dr. Stephen Wilkinson.
And now it's my distinct honor to invite Dr. Uhas to the podium to join me in administering the oath upon which this class of 2015 physicians will affirm their commitment to preserve the honor of this profession and their service. I'd like to invite the College of Osteopathic Medicine graduates and actually all physicians in the audience to please stand, join Dr. Uhas as we reaffirm ourselves and take our oath.
So if you would, please repeat after me. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients. To retain their confidence and respect, both as a physician and a friend who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity. To perform faithfully my professional duties. To employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability. Keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community. Sustaining its laws and institutions. Not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation. And never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive always for its best interests and for the interests of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of the basic biologic truths to the healing arts, and to develop the principles of osteopathy which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the osteopathic physicians of the class of 2015. Congratulations. As part of the oath you just took, you vowed to look with respect and esteem upon all those who taught you your art. Doctors of the class of 2015, I'm going to ask you once again to rise and take a look around you. This room was filled with teachers of all types who have taught you inside and outside of the classroom. Your esteemed faculty, many of whom have taken this very same oath, dedicated themselves to teaching and mentoring you along the way. Your parents, husbands, wives, partners, children, and friends also served as your mentors and your teachers as they cheered and supported you on every day along this journey. Without them, you wouldn't be standing here today. So please take a moment, stand, and show them your appreciation. Moms and dads, sisters, brothers, sons, daughters, thank you. Something about KCU. Service plays a vital role in this university's mission to improve the well-being of the communities we serve. Among our graduates this morning are 14 who not only will dedicate their lives to serve as physicians, but also have committed to serve our nation as officers in the armed forces. This morning, we're privileged to witness a very special ceremony, a commissioning ceremony for these individuals. This ceremony will be led by Major General Volpe, one of our nation's outstanding Army officers who has dedicated his life to the armed forces and to the education of our military physicians. Major General Volpe's career accomplishments are vast, and quite honestly, we'd be here for another hour if I read them all. Let me just simply tell you that he served as command surgeon for Black Hawk Down in Somalia, as well as in multiple other crisis situations throughout our nation's recent history. We're honored he is present here with us today to participate in our commissioning ceremony. Major General Volpe, will you please come forward to commission the officers?
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Hahn, Dr. Dubin, thank you so much for having me come back here and participate in this ceremony and join in the celebration. I want to congratulate the faculty and staff and administration of the Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences for a job well done in preparing all of these great graduates and many doctors out here to tackle the world ahead of them. And I also want to thank all of the families and loved ones, friends and stuff, for supporting them over the years and loving them through the years. Thank you all very much for that. We all need that at various times. And I would be remiss if I didn't say Happy Mother's Day to everybody, all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day. I wish my mother was here to hear that. I'm still thankful enough to still have my mother. She's 87, lives in New York. I could use a few points because I'm not with her this weekend. She asked me what I was doing this weekend, and I said, I'm going to be participating in a graduation ceremony. So, I won't be able to see you. I'll see you the weekend after. And she said, oh, you're going to speak again? I thought you were working. Thanks, Mom. Love you, too. I did want to say congratulations to all of our graduates out here, and congratulations to these magnificent new doctors of osteopathic medicine. Doctor of osteopathic medicine, you've earned that title. With that title comes a lot of demands, standards, responsibilities, and expectations, and I know you're ready to meet those. And I just wanted to wish all of you God's blessings in your futures in both training in your residency programs and in serving other human beings for the remainder of your lives. I have the privilege of recognizing and commissioning those who have chosen a second career, one in the armed forces of the United States, either the Army, Air Force, or Navy. That commissioning is a combination of an appointment from the President of the United States and an oath of office. The oath is personal and individual, and it is governed by law, by the very first act of the very first session of the very first Congress of the United States in 1789, and we've had it ever since, and it is an oath which signifies your pledge and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and our way of life. And it's a privilege for me to be able to do that today, and I wanted to thank each of you for serving in the armed forces. The men and women in the armed forces deserve the very best care our nation can offer, and thank you for serving them. One more recognition I'd like to do. I know we have a lot of veterans out here. Anyone who has ever served in the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, or Coast Guard, any of our veterans who have ever served at any time or currently serve, please stand for a moment. Please stand. Thank you. Thank you for your service to our great country. Will those being commissioned please post and join me on the stage?
Over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail as the army goes rolling along. Up and down, in and out, counter march and ride about as the army goes rolling along. For it's high, high, he in the field artillery. Count out the numbers loud and strong. And where'er you go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. That the army goes rolling along. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the foam. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give her the gun. Down we dive, spouting our flame from under. Off on one hell of a course. We live in fame or go down in flame. Nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force.
Group about face. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed an officer in the Armed Forces of the United States, state your service, do solemnly swear that I'll support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will, well and faithfully, discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Group about face. Congratulations. Okay, dismissed.
Thank you, General. How about another round of applause for these graduates? And thanks to all the mothers out there for your nurturing, steadfast role in our graduates' lives. On behalf of the university, I want to present each of you with a rose in honor of Mother's Day. A round of applause for moms. As you exit today, there'll be roses for each mom. This 2015 commencement will be brought to close as we all rise to receive a benediction from Dr. Greg Smith. Following the benediction, remain standing for the recessional of the platform party. Once again, congratulations, class of 2015.
Thank you, President Hahn. Short definition, a benediction is actually a short prayer asking the God you serve for guidance and deliverance. And I tell that to President Hahn. I promise it will be short. And also to just remind you of and thank you for the ability to get up here and talk to you, class of 2015. I know I'm the regional dean for Colorado, and I have some wonderful students that just graduated. And I know your entire class will make a difference in the world, and for that we're very appreciative. Let us pray. Lord God, we thank you for this class. Lord, I know that there's going to be times when they're going to be exhausted, frustrated, upset with their patients. They're going to go through lack of sleep. But I also know that you've allowed them to participate in the greatest profession in the world, and that's taking care of other patients, friends, and family. Father, I ask that you remind them, though it's not anatomically correct, that the head bone is connected to the heart bone. It works that way, and it keeps us from becoming jaded. Father, finally, I ask that you guide them throughout these coming years of training, give them peace when they need it, sleep when they need it, grace when they need it. And we all expect it one day to hear those great words from you, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." I know this class will go out and receive those words time after time. So be with them, bless them, and guide them. In your holy name, amen.